Next question is from Grant Satterthwaite. What are your thoughts on deload weeks?
I like how taking time off and recovery has been labeled as a deload week.
Controversial.
I mean, that's really what it is, right?
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about this? When they do studies, so a deload week essentially is you do your normal workouts and then you get to your deload week and you're going lighter, lower intensity, less volume. Basically think of it as a recovery week. Okay, so you're going to the gym and you're going 50% of what you normally would or 30% of what you normally would. What's interesting about this is studies show that your muscle gains happen the most during this period of time. It's the recovery process where you build muscle and strength and all that stuff. It's not during the workout. So deload weeks are, if you, by the way, I want to say this, if you're really consistent, selling a deload week to someone who can't be consistent.
You've been getting after it consistently.
Yeah. Like the average person naturally does deload weeks by missing workouts, I would say. Yeah. But if you're super consistent week in, week out, then I think scheduling a deload week every 6 to 8 weeks is a good idea. And what you'll notice is your gains will increase quite substantially at the end of that deload week. So I think that they're essential for people who don't miss workouts, meaning it's essential that you program them in your workout.
I'm going to go as far as say if you're a person who consistently works out, you probably don't do enough deload weeks. Yeah. And if you're somebody who doesn't consistently work out, you don't have any business worrying about deload weeks. Mm-hmm. Because I actually think that the average person who is really consistent, the gym junkie, the exercise enthusiast, that person actually tends to overtrain and overreach. Do more, trying to push to do the sweat all the time, looking for the soreness all the time. And those people actually would probably greatly benefit with a deload week, maybe once every 3 to 4 weeks even, because that person is constantly overreaching and them scaling back for 1 week is not going to regress them. If anything, it might accelerate their progress. So if you're listening and you are super consistent and you haven't done a week recently where you go at 20 to 30%, still work out, but you're
going easy.
Yeah, you go really easy for a week. I mean, we know this. They did that study where it was one group that took a week off every 4 weeks, completely off, and they saw as much progress as the person that took no weeks off over the course of that study. Yeah. Right. So doing a deload week is certainly not going to regress you.
It's not going to hurt you.
And that was every 4 weeks. So I'm going to make the argument that most people probably should have almost a monthly deload week if you're a hardcore consistent person, because you're probably more likely to overreach than not do enough.
Yeah, this is also where I like to advocate for actually following a legit program, like following something that's scheduled out. So at the end of that too, it just kind of naturally falls into, a time for you to go through a deload week if you're going to transition to then another program or something else that you're going to consistently get after. So that way it's just sort of it's less of a randomness to it.
Yeah, I've never programmed, truth be told, personally, I've never programmed a deload week. I fall in that category of, a person who tends to overdo it. But I just started programming them in, and it's about every, I'd say 5 to 6 weeks. And what I do is I go to the gym, I go super easy, and I focus on mobility. I focus on stretching, mobility, and it's man, what a game changer. I mean, literally, my results are so much better from doing this, less pain. I feel like I'm less on that edge of overtraining. So if you're like I was, you're going to have to program it. Don't do what I did, which is I'll just take a deload week when I feel like I need it, because I never did.